Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Talk Horror to Me. I'm Brooke, and today we are going to be talking about the horror movie that takes one of the creepiest concepts ever, children, because sometimes the things that look the most innocent can be the most terrifying. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the movie called Village of the Damned by Stephen King. And I'm giving this a perfect 10 out of 10. This is a classic for me. Even the older version of it was a classic for me. So I loved it. Now, this movie is one of those horror movies that really knows how to create an unsettling atmosphere. It takes something that should be normal, like children being born and growing up, and turning into something disturbing, because the question this movie asks is, what happens when the children born in a town are not really human? And honestly, the idea alone is creepy. So before we get started, this review will contain spoilers. So if you haven't watched The Village of the Damned, go watch it first and come back. Now let me tell you why this movie deserved a 10 out of 10, in my opinion. But before we get into it, I want to show you all the trailer for Village of the Damned. Here it is.
At precisely 10 a.m., in a quiet seaside village, something happened. Something unexplainable. Something unbelievable.
There's a lot of pregnancies, much more than would normally be expected. All the pregnancies seem to date from the day of the blackout.
Oh no. Now, this town is about to discover that looks can kill.
There have been a few casualties. I should say accidents.
Oh, wait, I made a mistake. It's John Carpenter, not Stephen King. I swear I thought it was Stephen King. But anyway, it's John Carpenter.
That might be related to contact with the children.
My daughter was involved. Who are they?
They have one mind that they share between them.
Father,
Let us pray.
you've been discussing us with Dr. Verner. What did she tell you? You're hiding something.
The police can't do anything to stop the children.
Get out while you can.
There's something so much more powerful than we'll ever be.
What are you gonna do?
The only thing that we can do.
You can't stop us, you know. Don't try.
So both Christopher Reeve and Kirstie Alley have both passed on since then. Um, so yeah, rest in peace to them too. So the Village of the Damned takes place in the small town of Midwich, California. One day something strange happens and an entire town suddenly loses consciousness. Everyone at the exact same time. No one knows what caused it, no explanation, just one mysterious event where the entire town falls asleep. When everyone wakes up, life seems normal again, but then something shocking happens. 10 women in the town become pregnant, and all 10 women give birth on the same day. From the beginning, something feels wrong. These children are different. They are not normal kids. And as they grow older, the town realizes that they may not be dealing with ordinary children. So, the children in this movie is the biggest reason this movie is so creepy. They all look innocent. They all dress the same. They act calm. They all have white hair and they have glowing eyes. When their eyes glows, that means that they are controlling people or reading people's minds or their thoughts, stuff like that. They have weird abilities to where they can manipulate people. One of the most memorable parts in Village of the Damned is the children's eyes. Whenever they use their abilities, like I said, their eyes glow. So it's such a simple effect, but I would say the main girl, she has the most power, it looks like. Um, she can dig deep into people's thoughts. It seemed like she has the majority of the power. That's just what it seems like. So Christopher Reeve, rest in peace, plays Dr. Alan Chaffee, and he does a great job as the character trying to understand what's happening. He's not just fighting the children, he's trying to understand them. Um, he's the father of the main girl, the head girl. He's the father of the head girl. Um, so he's like not trying to get on the children's bad side, but trying to understand what they're there for. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he's trying to understand what they're there for. Because from my knowledge, they are aliens, but who knows? Who knows? One of the reasons why this movie works so well is because the horror comes from the unknown. Nobody knows what happens. Nobody knows where the children come from. Nobody knows what they want. It just seems like the children just want to live in the town peacefully, it sounds like. But it sounds like people just keep antagonizing them and like making them use their abilities on them. I feel like this movie, if they would have left the kids alone, then maybe they would have, you know, left them alone. But I don't know. As they got into adult years, things could have changed and been way different or way worse. So yeah. So the ending, the woman, she takes the last kid because he ended up surviving. He was one of the damned kids, and he ended up surviving because his mom took him out. So I wonder, they should have definitely went along with making like a sequel to this movie to see what he's like as a grown up. You know what I'm saying? Like it would have been pretty cool. So while I rated this a 10 out of 10, I think for me, Village of the Dam was a perfect horror movie because it created fear without needing constant action. The children were terrifying because they were calm, they were manipulative. Um, yeah. And what I love most about this movie is that the children, they weren't scary, but they were spooky, in my opinion. They were kind of weird. Um, so yeah, my final thoughts for Village of the Dam is a horror movie that proves you do not need a traditional monster to create fear. And like I said, I rated it a 10 out of 10. I highly recommend Village of the Damned if you enjoyed sci-fi horror, creepy children in horror movies, psychological thrillers, classic horror concepts. So I would love to hear from you all. What did you all think about the creepy children and the movie Village of the Damned? Do you think they were evil, or do you think they were simply trying to survive? And what rating would you give this movie? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Talk Horror to Me, and turn on notifications so you'll never miss another horror movie review. Thank you so much for watching Talk Horror to Me, and see you next time for the next review. Bye.